What if everything you have been told about getting weaker after 60? The fatigue, the shrinking strength, the slow recovery, the feeling that your best days are behind you. What if none of that was actually inevitable? What if right now, inside your body, there are biological systems so powerful, so elegantly designed, that with the right food signal, they can begin rebuilding your muscle tissue 3 times faster than it is currently breaking down? What if 5 vegetables, most common, affordable, available at every grocery store, hold molecular keys that unlock the very cellular machinery your muscles have been waiting for? Scientists studying human longevity at the world's most prestigious institutions have discovered something that should be headline news for every person over the age of 60E. Your muscles are not defeated, they are starving. Starving not for more protein, not for harder exercise, but for the specific bioactive compounds found in these 5 plants. Compounds that rescue dying energy factories inside your cells, grow new blood vessels into starving muscle tissue, extinguish the silent inflammatory fire breaking your fibers down, and reprogram the bacteria in your gut to supercharge muscle repair. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly which 5 vegetables these are, exactly what they do inside your aging biology, and exactly how to start using them today. Your body is more capable of rebuilding than you have ever been told. Let me show you the science. What if I told you that the biggest threat to your life after 60 is not heart disease, not cancer, but the invisible vanishing of your muscles? Every single year after the age of 30, the human body begins losing muscle mass. But after 60, this process accelerates into something terrifyingly fast. Up to 3 to 5% of your muscle disappears every single year. Scientists call this condition sarcopenia, and it is a full blown medical crisis hiding in plain sight. Most people dismiss it as just getting older, but that is the most dangerous lie ever told to seniors. When your muscles shrink, your bones become fragile, your metabolism crashes, your immune system weakens, and your risk of falling and never recovering skyrockets. Muscle is not just about looking strong, muscle is your metabolic engine. It controls your blood sugar, your hormonal balance, your energy production, and even your brain function. Studies published in major medical journals confirm that seniors with higher muscle mass live significantly longer and recover from illness 3 times faster than those without. The terrifying truth is, most seniors are losing muscle every single day without even knowing it, and the food on their plate is either saving them or silently destroying them. What if the vegetables sitting right now in your local market had the power to literally rebuild your body at the cellular level? The human body has a system so powerful, so ancient, so perfectly designed that scientists spent decades trying to understand it. It is called angiogenesis, the biological process by which your body grows new blood vessels to feed, repair, and rebuild damaged or aging tissue. Here's the shocking part. Certain vegetables contain bioactive compounds that directly activate this system. When new blood vessels form inside your aging muscle tissue, they deliver oxygen, protein, amino acids, and growth hormones directly to the muscle cells that have been starving for years. Think of it like this: your muscles are like a dying garden. They have the seeds, they have the soil, but there is no water pipeline reaching them. These 5 specific vegetables act like engineers who come in and build that water pipeline overnight. Research from top institutions, including Harvard Medical School, confirms that specific phytonutrients found in vegetables like broccoli, tomatoes, and leafy greens directly stimulate vascular endothelial growth factor, the key signal that tells your body to grow new blood vessels into old, damaged muscle tissue. This is not a theory. This is documented human biology. What if everything your doctor, your trainer, and your nutritionist told you about building muscle after 60 was only half the story? For decades, the fitness industry has been screaming one word at seniors: protein, protein, protein. Eat more chicken, drink more shakes, pop more supplements. And yes, protein is important, but here is the devastating truth that most people never hear. If your body's cellular machinery is inflamed, oxidized, and blocked, it cannot use the protein you are eating. The protein just passes through you like water through a broken pipe. The missing piece is not more protein. It is the anti inflammatory, vascular activating, mitochondria repairing compounds found exclusively in specific vegetables. Scientists discovered that a class of molecules called phytochemicals, including sulforaphane, lycopene, lutein, and quercetin, literally reprogram the way your muscle cells absorb and utilize protein. Without these compounds, your body's muscle building process is like trying to build a house without a foundation. You can pile up all the bricks in the world, but nothing will stand. These vegetables do not just feed your muscles, they prepare your muscles to receive nourishment. They are the biological keys that unlock the doors protein cannot open alone. What if the real reason seniors feel exhausted, weak, and unable to recover from exercise is not their age, but dying power plants inside their cells? Inside every single muscle cell in your body lives a structure called the mitochondria, the energy factory of life. When you are young, your mitochondria are vibrant, multiplying, and producing enormous amounts of cellular energy called ATP. But after 60, something deeply alarming begins to happen. Your mitochondria start dying faster than your body can replace them. The result is catastrophic. Your muscles quite literally run out of energy at the cellular level. No matter how much you eat, sleep, or exercise, if your mitochondria are dying, your muscles will keep shrinking and weakening. But here's the extraordinary discovery that has shaken the scientific world. Certain vegetables contain compounds that can literally rescue dying mitochondria, stimulate the creation of brand new ones, and multiply their energy output by enormous amounts. This process is called mitochondrial biogenesis, and it is the closest thing science has discovered to a biological fountain of youth for your muscles. Compounds like sulforaphane from broccoli and resveratrol from dark leafy greens have been shown in peer-reviewed research to activate AMPK and PGC1 alpha, the two master switches of mitochondrial regeneration. What if the single biggest reason your muscles are shrinking, your joints are aching, and your energy is collapsing is not aging at all, but a fire silently burning inside your body 24 hours a day? Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the most thoroughly researched and most dangerously ignored conditions in modern medicine. Unlike acute inflammation, which you feel when you cut your finger or twist your ankle, chronic inflammation has no pain, no fever, no obvious symptoms. It burns silently, invisibly, and relentlessly at the cellular level, and its primary target in seniors, your muscle tissue. Chronic inflammation floods your muscles with cytokines, chemical signals of destruction that literally instruct your cells to break down muscle protein faster than your body can rebuild it. No amount of exercise or protein supplementation can outrun an inflamed body. It is like trying to fill a bathtub with the drain wide open. The only way to stop muscle loss is to first extinguish the fire. And this is exactly where these five vegetables become biological superweapons. They contain the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever studied: polyphenols, flavonoids, carotenoids, and omega-3 precursors that directly block the inflammatory pathways, destroying your muscles from the inside out. What if I told you that the army of microorganisms living inside your digestive system right now is either actively rebuilding your muscles or actively destroying them? The connection between the gut microbiome and muscle health is one of the most electrifying discoveries in modern biomedical science. Researchers have now confirmed what was once considered impossible: that the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines directly regulate muscle protein synthesis, muscle inflammation, and even the hormonal signals your body uses to grow and repair muscle tissue. This relationship is called the gut muscle axis, and it fundamentally changes everything we thought we knew about aging and physical strength. When your gut microbiome is healthy and diverse, it produces short chain fatty acids like butyrate that reduce muscle inflammation, improve nutrient absorption, and stimulate growth hormone secretion. But when your gut microbiome is damaged, which is extremely common after 60 due to processed food, antibiotics, and stress, muscle wasting accelerates dramatically. The five vegetables in today's speech are not just nutritious, they are powerful prebiotics. They feed and multiply the specific strains of gut bacteria that science has proven to support muscle growth, including Lactobacillus and Akkermansia species, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of cellular regeneration that gets stronger and more powerful with every meal. What if I told you that the medicine your muscles have been desperately waiting for is not sitting inside a pharmacy, not locked inside an expensive supplement bottle, not hidden behind a doctor's prescription, but right now, at this very moment, growing in a farm field, sitting on a grocery store shelf, maybe even resting forgotten in the back of your own refrigerator? What if I told you that five common, affordable, ordinary looking vegetables hold a biological secret so powerful, so scientifically extraordinary, that eating them consistently can rebuild your aging muscles 3 times faster than anything modern medicine has offered seniors in decades? And what if the most dangerous thing happening to your body right now is not something you can see, feel, or measure on a scale, but an invisible collapse happening inside your cells, inside your muscles, inside your very biology? A collapse that begins quickly after 60 and accelerates every single year you ignore it? I need you to stay with me right now because what I'm about to share with you is not opinion. It is biology. It is not a trend. It is documented, peer reviewed, repeatedly confirmed science. And it may be the most important thing you hear this year. Let us start with the truth nobody wants to say out loud. After the age of 60, the human body enters a state of accelerated biological change. The muscles, which are not just for lifting and walking, but are the metabolic engine of your entire body, begin vanishing at a rate that should terrify every single person over the age of 60. This condition is called sarcopenia, and it is not a small inconvenience. It is a medical catastrophe hiding inside the bodies of hundreds of millions of seniors around the world right now. Every year, up to 5% of your total muscle mass disappears. That means in 10 years, without intervention, you could lose half your functional muscle strength. Not because you stopped exercising, not because you stopped eating protein, but because nobody told you the full story. Here is what is really happening inside your muscle cells. Deep inside every muscle fiber lives a structure called the mitochondria, your cellular power plant. When you are young, these mitochondria are thriving, multiplying, producing enormous energy. But after 60, they begin dying. And when mitochondria die, your muscles lose their energy source. They stop contracting efficiently, they stop recovering from activity, they start breaking down faster than they can be rebuilt. You feel it as fatigue, you feel it as weakness, you feel it as that inability to recover after a simple walk or a morning of light activity. What you are actually feeling is your cellular machinery shutting down, and standard nutrition advice, more protein, more exercise, cannot fix dying mitochondria. But specific bioactive compounds found in these five vegetables absolutely can. The first and perhaps most powerful vegetable is broccoli. Not just broccoli as a side dish, broccoli as medicine. Inside broccoli lives a compound called sulforaphane, and the scientific community has described it as one of the most biologically active plant molecules ever discovered. Sulforaphane does something extraordinary inside your aging muscle cells. It activates a genetic pathway called NRF2, which is essentially your body's master switch for cellular defense and repair. When NRF2 is activated, your cells begin producing their own internal antioxidant enzymes 100 times more powerful than any vitamin supplement you can swallow. But the muscle story gets even more remarkable. Sulforaphane has been shown to directly activate PGC1 alpha, the master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis. In plain language, it tells your body to build brand new mitochondria inside your aging muscle cells. It does not just slow the death of your cellular power plants, it stimulates the birth of new ones. Harvard research has confirmed that seniors who consume broccoli regularly show measurably higher muscle protein synthesis rates. Your muscles literally become more efficient at rebuilding themselves because the power plants inside them are being rescued and multiplied. The second vegetable is the one most seniors walk past every single day without a second thought: spinach. And the science of what spinach does inside your aging body is nothing short of astonishing. Spinach contains extraordinarily high levels of nitrates, natural compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide, the molecule that controls the diameter of your blood vessels. After 60, your vascular system stiffens, blood vessels narrow, the delivery of oxygen, nutrients, and protein to your muscle tissue drops dramatically. And when muscles are starved of blood flow, they waste away regardless of what you eat. Nitric oxide from spinach reverses this process. It signals your blood vessel walls to relax and expand, flooding aging muscle tissue with the oxygen and nutrients needed for repair and growth. But spinach also contains a unique compound called ecdysterone, a phytosteroid that directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis through pathways similar to anabolic hormones without any hormonal side effects. A clinical study from the Free University of Berlin found that participants supplementing with ecdysterone showed a 90% greater increase in muscle mass compared to the control group. That is not a small difference. That is a biological revolution. And it is available in the produce aisle. The third vegetable stands tall, red, and brilliant side the tomato. Most people think of tomatoes as a simple food. Science thinks of them very differently. Tomatoes are one of the richest dietary sources of lycopene, a carotenoid phytonutrient that belongs to a class of molecules that can penetrate muscle cell membranes and neutralize the oxidative damage that causes muscle fibers to degrade and die. But here is what makes tomatoes truly extraordinary for seniors. Lycopene is one of the most potent activators of the angiogenesis system in the human body. Remember the concept of angiogenesis, the biological process of growing new blood vessels? When your muscles have a rich, healthy network of blood vessels running through them, they receive a constant supply of protein building blocks, growth factors, and repair signals. When that vascular network deteriorates, which it does after 60, muscles go silent and shrink. Lycopene from cooked tomatoes reaches your bloodstream and literally signals your body to grow new capillaries into aging, blood-starved muscle tissue. This is the biological pipeline repair that no protein shake can accomplish. And cooking tomatoes, in olive oil especially, increases lycopene bioavailability by up to 400%. A single bowl of tomato-based food done right delivers more vascular medicine to your muscles than most people consume in a week. The fourth vegetable is one of the most ancient medicines in human history, garlic. And what modern science has discovered about garlic and aging muscle tissue has left researchers genuinely amazed. Garlic contains a sulfur compound called allicin, formed the moment you crush or chew a raw garlic clove, and allicin is a biological weapon against the invisible fire destroying your muscles. That fire is chronic inflammation. After 60, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes a constant, silent, relentless assault on muscle tissue. It floods your muscles with chemical signals called pro-inflammatory cytokines, particularly IL-6 and TNF-alpha, that instruct your cells to break down muscle protein faster than it can be rebuilt. No exercise program and no amount of protein can overcome an inflamed body. Allicin directly blocks the NF-κB inflammatory pathway, one of the primary molecular triggers of muscle wasting in seniors. It reduces circulating cytokines, improves insulin sensitivity in muscle cells, and creates the cellular environment where muscle protein synthesis can finally outpace muscle protein breakdown. Beyond allicin, garlic is also one of the most powerful prebiotic foods on earth, feeding the specific strains of gut bacteria that produce butyrate, the short-chain fatty acid that reduces intestinal inflammation and dramatically improves the absorption of every protein and nutrient you consume. When your gut is healthy, your muscles receive the full nutritional signal they need to grow. The fifth vegetable completes this biological system in a way that is almost poetic. Kale. Kale is the most nutrient-dense food per calorie that science has ever cataloged. But for aging muscles specifically, kale's power lies in three extraordinary compounds: vitamin K2, lutein, and camphorol. Vitamin K2 from kale plays a role in muscle function that most doctors never mention. It activates a protein called osteocalcin, which is produced by your bones and travels through your bloodstream directly into your muscle cells, where it acts as a hormonal signal for muscle growth, energy production, and glucose uptake. In other words, the health of your bones and the strength of your muscles are biologically connected through vitamin K2, and kale is one of the only foods on earth that provides sufficient amounts. Lutein from kale protects the structural integrity of muscle cell membranes, preventing oxidative breakdown of the very walls that hold muscle fibers together. And camphorol, one of the most researched flavonoids in nutritional science, has been shown to directly inhibit the protein degradation pathway called the ubiquitin proteasome system, which is the primary biological mechanism responsible for accelerated muscle loss in seniors. In simple terms, kale tells your body to stop dismantling your muscles. It literally blocks the demolition crew. Now bring all five of these together: broccoli rebuilding your cellular power plants, Spinach flooding your muscles with blood flow and anabolic signals, tomatoes growing new blood vessel networks into aging tissue, garlic extinguishing the inflammatory fire and repairing your gut, and kale protecting muscle structure while blocking the biological machinery of muscle breakdown. And you begin to see not five separate foods, but one unified, interconnected biological system. A system your body was always designed to use, a system most seniors have never been told about. The question is never whether these vegetables work. The science is settled. The question is whether you will make the decision, starting today, starting with your very next meal, to give your body the biological tools it has been waiting for. Your muscles are not finished. Your strength is not gone. Your biology has not surrendered. It is simply waiting for you to feed it what it needs. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. That tells me you are someone who truly values your health and your life, and that means everything. I want you to know sharing this information is not just content for me, it is a mission. Because too many seniors are losing their strength, their independence, and their quality of life simply because nobody gave them the right information at the right time. You now have that information. Use it. Share it with someone you love. And remember, every single meal is a decision, and every decision is a vote for the version of yourself you want to be 5 years from now. Good luck. Stay strong, and I will see you in the next one.